Within seconds of someone meeting you for the first time, they've decided your age, your social standing, your education level, how approachable you are, even how successful you might be, all within a blink of an eye. My passion is that the very best you have inside comes out on the outside. The reality is you need to decide ahead of time how you want people to perceive you. In order for you to get where you want to go, you have to understand where you're at now. What I ask you to take into account when you're looking at the way you put your clothes together or your hair or some of these other things is your natural energy will have a stronger effect than anything else. It's the shape of your face that dictates the haircut style you should have. What's the problem with old school? They'll think you give old school, out-of-date information. That's the truth. Facial hair. If that man were to shave his mustache, he'd actually look 10 years younger. So it's a very old school mustache. You want to make sure you look like the patient base that you want to attract. Hair is very important. I want you to notice that the color of his hair matches what? Color of your shirt. Anytime that you can match your hair color to something you wear, always going to be very attractive. So as much as you and I would love to believe that the visual doesn't matter, I'm telling you, it does. What you do with clothes and makeup is just highlight the best, forget the rest. And one of the things that I asked the applicants to do was to send me pictures of themselves at work because I wanted to see the type of clothes that they wore at work. And then they wrote me a small piece on what her goals were. Because really what I do is not dress people cookie cutter or make everybody look the same. What I do is I try and help you take the beauty of what you have inside, your capabilities, and have them be exposed to the outside so you can achieve the goals you wanted. And what Linda told me was that she's an office manager in a very large practice. In fact, she's a supervisor of 38 team members, been there for 11 years, if I remember correctly, and she wanted particularly the younger ones to look up to her. And she said, I've gotten in a rut. So I think she's in her young 40s, but she said, I'd gotten into a rut and I quit taking care of myself. So this is her after photo. Come on up, Linda, give her a hand. How beautiful is this, huh? So that's you, huh?
That's me.
Yeah.
That's the real me.
That's the real you. So what was the experience like?
The experience that I had in that day was absolutely amazing. It was, I told Janice, I learned more in that day than I have in my adult life. It was just exactly what I needed. See, I get touched even. I cry a lot. But
specifically, what were some of the things you learned? Because she kept saying, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. I didn't know that I was autumn and warm colors. I had my hair pretty blonde, so I thought that I was supposed to wear the light spring and summer colors. When she told me that I was warm, I'd been doing it all wrong. So I did learn that. I learned that eyebrows were very important.
Really?
I didn't have any, and she gave them to me. I learned that the most important thing that I think I learned is that she can give me all these clothes and this new makeup and everything until I start carrying myself with more confidence, that it wouldn't look good on me.
Yeah.
So she told me to keep my head up, keep my shoulders back.
And what happened on the plane back? I got this beautiful email, thank you, from her, and she asked me if I had arranged something. I had no idea what she was talking about. So what happened on the plane?
I got checked in, got on the plane, and there was 2 flight attendants that were greeting us to the door, and she stopped. She says, "You look amazing. I just love your outfit. You look so adorable." I said, "Oh, thank you. You know, I just had a makeover, and I was feeling pretty proud by then." So then I went back to my seat, and just before the plane took off, the flight attendant came up to me and said, "Your seat has been approved for first class." And I said, "Okay." And she says, "Come on up," and she winked at me. And so I got to ride home on first class. I had to serve drinks and all over, and it was wonderful. Well, then one of the ladies next to me was sitting there, and I says, she asked me, she said, did you get bumped up to first class? And I said, yeah, but I'm not really sure why. And she says, I do. You look first class. So it was, and I felt first class. I think if you get a chance to spend time with Janice, you ought to take every opportunity to do that, because it was an eye-opener for me. She taught me so much, and I had such a good time.
We had a blast.
We had a blast, and I looked great, and it was a day's work.
It's actually hard for me to take in that spending 10 hours with somebody and just exposing them to what their skills were and telling them what they were capable of and dressing it up just a little bit different could make that much of a difference. I actually almost have a hard time being around it because it's a little overwhelming, actually.